Hey everyone, welcome to another YouTube painting process video. This time around, I'll be showing you my time lapse for my Graves fan art from Deadlock. You may find that it's a common theme now because, like I said with Silver, I'm liking the new heroes and I'm going to paint them. And as usual, I'll be talking and discussing a topic with art. This time around, because I am painting graves, it's appropriate for me to talk about the dead. And there is one mistake that I frequently see in a lot of people's work, and those who are watching this video will get a head start in dealing with this mistake. Now, this will primarily be related to character illustrations and character designs, but you can try to incorporate this with other subject matter as well. Going straight to the point, the one mistake when I see people drawing characters is that they pose and express the character in ways that doesn't seem authentic to them. This is absolutely a killer in character illustrations, and I see it all the time when I go around conventions and surfing online galleries. I've mentioned in another video or two that one of the things that we as humans are very good at picking up is inauthenticity. We are constantly seeing and meeting people in real life, and we have a sense of when somebody is expressing in a weird manner or not. Even if you're not sure about it, you may find that somebody who's acting strangely will sort of irk you, and you may not know the reason why at the moment, but your subconscious will be able to detect it, and you may want to step back a few steps to avoid them. So taking that into account for art, what I find when people are drawing fan art of their favorite characters is that the mistake of expressing them in a weird manner happens a lot. When you are drawing fan art, you have to be very aware of doing the character justice. At least that's in my opinion. Now, obviously, I am not here to judge you if you're doing, let's say, not safe for work stuff. Obviously, they're gonna be doing things in compromising positions that aren't going to be authentic to them. But disregarding the extreme circumstances, if you are drawing another franchise's character, you really need to be able to understand who they are in the franchise or media and ensure that however you pose them, however their face, whatever their face is expressing, is authentic to them. Quite often I see, especially in conventions, that they draw the characters literally. They have the character designs, they draw all the rendering, the costuming and that sort of thing, but it's on a pose and their facial expression is something that they would never do in the actual media. And it's very off-putting. If you are trying to sell, let's say, a print of your favorite characters to the audience, keep in mind that your audience will also know what they should be like. People are very attached to some of these characters. That's a big reason why cosplaying is big, because they want to have a celebration of that character in their minds. So if you're posing them and having them express themselves in such a way that feels really off-putting, it just feels like it's fake. And people will subconsciously detect that type of fakery. Of course, I can't go down the entire list of all the things that different characters shouldn't do, because every character is, of course, different. But the goal is to ensure that whatever character you are drawing, that they are expressing themselves true to themselves. if you have a very pleasant character who's super nice in the media that they're in, it's going to be very off-putting if you draw them in a very confident manner, and vice versa. Again, there's so many different things that can happen when you're translating that into fan art, but regardless, if you are a true fan of that character and franchise, think about how the audience for that franchise will react to your artwork and the character that you're drawing. Quite often I see, especially with beginners, that they default to very similar poses for all of their drawings without having a very good reason for it. But of course, that's fan art. How about when it comes to original characters? This will also be very important when you are creating your own characters. Because like what I've stated before in my other videos, that people will create impressions of your characters the first time they see them. Don't kill the messenger here. That's just how humans are when meeting new people in real life as well. So whatever character design that you create is emitting a certain impression for your audience, what type of personality they might have, what their attitudes are, and that sort of thing. So when you are posing for your original characters, you also have to make sure that they're within the realm of what they would do. As you are probably presenting this character to a new audience, they need to know immediately if everything works together. Their character design, their costuming, all of that stuff all combos with the posing and the way you express the character in an illustration. So if there's a bit of dissonance between the design and the way you express them in the illustration, then people will start feeling a bit off of it. Now obviously this is disregarding, again, extreme situations. Let's say if you're creating an ironic character. So traditionally a big buff dude doing ballet might not be a thing, but perhaps that's the story that you're trying to push, and that may create a lot more interest. But for the most part, you're probably going to need to do something that makes sense for your audience, and that it's believable on first impression. To further push this point, different parts of the character illustration can also be disconnected with other parts. So the most obvious example to describe what I mean by this is sometimes you may see, let's say, a character whose pose is very confident, but their facial expression emits a sense of sadness. Now that's fairly extreme. Generally, it's not going to be that polar opposite, but you know what I mean. There is a sense of disconnect of what the character is expressing between their facial expression and their pose. And this sort of thing really happens quite a bit. In fact, one of the more obvious ones that happens a lot is, let's say a character is moving in an extreme manner, let's say in a fighting pose, and their facial expression is not depicting that they're strained. That sort of thing happens a lot, especially with beginners' work. So you need to ensure that whatever you are doing for your character, that you're expressing them in a unified manner that's believable for your audience, whether you are doing fan art or original concepts. If you are having trouble, one advice I tell people is to install a big mirror beside your workstation. This is something that I learned from animation school, because the best way to test your expressions is to do them yourself. Try posing in the way that you want your character to pose and feel the strain of your body doing it. Make use of your drama classes in school. I'm not saying you have to be Tom Cruise or anything, but you need to at least have an idea on how to act or how other people act in order to incorporate that into your characters. In order to depict humans in drawings, we need to know what it means to be human. It's a pretty loaded statement to make, and it takes a lot of experience to get used to it. But when you are studying and you're continuing to observe how reality works, you'll eventually be able to express your characters in a believable manner. Anyways, thank you for watching. This is the final piece of Graves from Deadlock. As usual, like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow my social media in my description below. Any bit of support helps. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.